Hey guys, here with another episode of Training Confidential. Here with Donnie again, and we are going to talk about the Tampa Pro that was this weekend. So, what did you think of the show, Donnie?
I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
Labrada, he brought it. I
yeah, he
mean,
did.
he's been doing his due diligence and stuff, and kind of figured that was going to happen, and he was a front runner, and yeah, he did it.
Yeah, hey, John Del Rosa didn't look too bad either.
He looked pretty. He looked really good. I think he wasn't as big as Labrada,
No,
and he wasn't as. He'll probably continue. He can make the Olympia if he wanted to. I mean, he's all he's got to do is just sharpen up a little bit. That's all.
do you think? Do you think if he, because he had, I think it was Chicago Pro he was in, right? Uh,
Yeah, I believe
uh,
so.
uh he possibly could have won that show, maybe, right? I mean, with his look now, because he was better now than he was then.
Yeah, he was looking pretty. He's looking pretty tight. But it's that's just the nature of the sport. You just
Yeah,
gotta you come in, you think you're in pretty good shape and stuff, and it doesn't turn out quite the way you wanted it to, and you just go to the next show.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. So he's got the Texas Pro next.
that one's gonna be a little bit more stacked than this
That
one.
one's good. Yes, yes. Now he brought it this time, and I think this is a warm-up show. I don't think he had any qualms about not winning the show, the Tampa. But his big show is going to be the Texas. Now he's already going to the Olympia, so if he's already going to Olympia now, but he's got to go up against Andrew Jack, and there's a couple other names in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there are a couple other names and stuff that are going to be in there. It was one other big name other than Jack. I can't recall quite what that name was, but it's
I
a
don't
pretty
remember
big
either.
name. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pretty big name.
Now Jack, he's got the aesthetics. He's got the aesthetics backing him up, and he's a big dude. Is that going to be enough to take out Hunter where he's looking now? Now, saying he could be look better
Oh,
in the Texas than now. He's got what, 2 weeks, right?
yeah.
2 weeks till
Jack's
Texas.
Jack's structure is in that realm of Sean Roden and Flex Wheeler. He's got
Yeah,
that kind of a structure.
yeah,
Very Flex Wheeler-ish, very Sean Rodish. Sean Roden kind of reminded me a lot of Flex Wheeler, and Jack kind of reminds a little bit of both of them. And it's just a matter of him just filling out and stuff. I think he is where Ramy was when he was really starting to get his legs up under him, and people are wondering, okay, all he's got to do is just get his freaking act together and stuff, and he's definitely the heir apparent for the Mr. Olympia and stuff. So the question now is, how fast can Jack, come into that moment, and really seize this thing.
he's got a good coach behind him, though. I mean, he's got a really good coach. He's got the technician on his side too. I mean, he's got the right people on his side to be the champ. That's for sure. And we haven't heard nothing from him. I was just looking on his Instagram. There's a couple photos of him, but he doesn't really post much because I don't think Psycho Lewis wants him to. Right? That's kind of his mo. Which is cool because now it makes us wonder what's going on, and that's what I like about it. So, and he looked pretty good. He looked really good in the Arnold, but he's had Arnold was his last show. He's had a lot of time now to recoup and get his goals in line, and he's got to take the Texas Pro to get he needs to be in Olympia this next year.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, because I tell you, because if Labrada takes to Texas, he's going to have a lot of momentum behind him going into
yeah,
that momentum. I mean, going into
yeah,
that Olympia,
yeah,
he is. I'm kind of guessing that, especially with pros with us, you gotta. It's a contractual thing. You let them know what shows you're going to be doing that year, and you got to show up for those shows. Sometimes people ask, well, why is he doing this show? Probably because he didn't anticipate maybe winning some of the previous shows, and he's like, and so you write these shows down as like, I was slated for 3, and so yeah, I'm slated for 3, but I'm only going to do 2 because of the Legion. They're not doing the 60 division, so they're only doing 40 and 50. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and stay in my lane for right now. So, but
yeah.
yeah, so that's probably why Labrada is probably doing the text, even though he's already qualified, because he's already committed to those shows.
And I don't think he's done a Texas Pro, has he? Even though he's from Texas, I know he did a Tampa. That was his
I think
That was his pro
I don't
debut.
know. I don't know if he's done a Texas. I don't know if he's done the Texas Pro because, like I said, I mean, knee jerk reaction is okay. You're qualified. Boom. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
just power down and get ready for the Olympia. But like I said, it's a contractual thing, and
Nope.
if you say you're gonna do it, and that's when you send out all your stuff, for the year, then you have to do it.
Well, and I think this was kind of pre-planned by him. I don't think he gave up the details, and I think you're right. He had this planned out at the beginning. It's funny that is because Jack he's also done the Texas Pro, and he won the Texas Pro.
Yeah, he won the Texas Pro.
Was that last year or that the year before?
I think it was the year before. And then think about is so the pressure is going to be on him a little bit.
Yeah. It's
already
like
previous
they
winner.
go back to their original show. You know what I mean?
Now you got to ask yourself, based on where they are right now,
Yeah.
if Lee Labrada comes in and Jack comes in, both of them are like, let's say they both come in at 100%, who gets it? So that's going to be an interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean, but that structure, Jack's got just a crazy structure for somebody as big as he is.
I prefer his structure, I prefer his structure in my mind. But
yeah,
Hunter,
very Flex Wheeler-ish, very Sean
Yeah.
Roden-ish, so yeah.
I'm gonna bring up some pics of Hunter. I'm really proud of him though. He did really good, and he's his head is in the game. I don't know. I mean, what happened to him? I'll bring up the scorecards first, I believe, and he didn't get a perfect score, but he got pretty close. And he was actually John was pretty close to him.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, it's way down here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so and I didn't know Fred Smalls, he was doing the Open too. He won the Masters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and he looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's 60.
He's 60. Yeah, and that was 40s. He was competing in. So and he's going to be in the Masters Olympia. So we have Klahar, we got him, we got Kamal. I mean, it's going to be a good show. I think I'm looking forward to that one too. Okay, so Hunter Labrada, he got a 10. And John De La Russa got 16, so that was pretty close. But really, there's nobody even close to them at all, as you can see. Lewis Breed third, he had 32, so it was a cut and dry show there, that's for sure. But you look at
Rosa got 6, and Labrada got 5, and it was just those two and everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. But he looked phenomenal, man. He is definitely. A light went off in Hunter this last year after the Olympia to get his ass in the gear, and he sure did, man. Whatever he's done, he needs to stay doing it. But his detail's just crazy. And this ain't even the best picture. I seen some good pictures from the show that were just, I mean, he just looked great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's balanced upstairs and downstairs. He's got an equal amount of detail.
Yep.
So his up below the waist is just as detailed as above the waist. Yeah.
Yep. Got the shredded glutes.
Well, that's gonna be pretty good. I wonder what he's weighing right now.
Oh, what was he weighing? I think he was 260 something. At least a couple days before the show. I think that was the last number that I heard. I think.
Yeah, he dried out though. I know he was filling out too, but I'm pretty sure he dried out a little bit too.
And they were a little worried about him because he had kind of a little extended gut but he was still eating. He was
the food hadn't gone through his. He hadn't. He still had food in his stomach, so that fill out stage is quite the deal there. Yeah, no, he looks really, 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 really good. We'll check it out. We'll see we're gonna test his metal a little bit more in Texas though. So let's see what happens when him and Jack get together.
In my opinion, I think he's got one of the best side triceps out there. I think that's his kill shot as a side tricep. I'm not gonna do it in this one, but here's De La Rosa here. So he just plain got out muscled. That's all.
Yeah, and I think Hunter got him had on a little bit, well, got him that front lat spread too. His
Yeah.
shoulders and everything looked really good and stuff, but the lats, there wasn't a lot of space he was filling up. I think he got him in the leg department there.
Yeah,
Not that Del Rosa didn't have bad leg. It's just that I think Labrada's got him in the wheels a little bit.
Hunter's a little better. Yeah, and he's holding a little fat in the glutes. He's running shredded. His Hunter's what his back is not. So it was still it's damn good. He looks better than he did in the Chicago. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna go to Andrew Jack's page real quick.
Yeah.
And just see what we got there. So this is him and Jay Cutler. He posted this. Oh, was it 38 or it was today, I think. Yeah, I think it was today. He's wearing a shirt there, but I'm really curious what he looks like under there. Jay Cutler's looking awesome too.
Yeah. Jay's looking really good. I
People
think
want him to compete again.
retired bodybuilders, I just think that's what they ought to look like when they're done and stuff,
Yeah. Well, it's like,
athletic.
I mean, I can't imagine being Jay Cutler, being the top best in the world 6 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
And just walking around like that and then not, you know what I mean? It's just something I would be chasing after the whole time. Not necessarily competing, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't want to let my physique go to crap, I would just be doing the same thing. I'd be doing the same thing as I was when I was competing. I'm just not going to go as hard,
Yeah.
I mean, that's me. I know you feel the same way. You don't just give up stuff like that. But there's few bodybuilders like Arnold, he still works out, but he's not nowhere near like he was. But then again, he I feel like he mastered the bodybuilding world, and then when he went from after you've done that, he wants to master being an actor, and he did that. Then politician, he had so many
Right.
avenues and things he was doing, which is kind of a little bit different, bodybuilders.
Yeah, but he never totally got away from the gym scene.
No, he didn't.
He's always worked out. You know what I mean?
No.
So yeah.
He just didn't, he didn't need to eat all the food. He kind of stopped food right away, I think. Now you got, and then you take Ronnie Coleman. Shit, he would still look like that if he could, if he didn't wasn't so hurt. I mean, I feel like he would still look like that. That was 4 days ago. Let's see here. There we go. July 24th. So he's looking still really lean.
Yeah, and again, it's hard to believe just looking at him, because his physique is still somewhat streamlined.
Yeah.
And is he a 300-pounder?
He is. Oh yeah. Yep. He sure is.
And I get that would just attest to how tall he is.
Yeah, he's I believe he's like 6'3" or something like that. Him and Samson are about the same height and same weight. Pretty close. I know they're both over 300, and I think Samson's 6'5". I think. It could be 6'3" too, but they're taller than me, and I'm 6'1".
Okay.
So yeah, Texas Pro, man. That's gonna be a good one. Oh, here we go. How long ago is this? So it's July 19th. So this is a pretty recent one. Wrong angle though.
Didn't we see that one last time?
Well, we might have, yeah. We might have seen that, yeah. It's too bad it's not, the camera ain't over just a little bit more. So when it comes to Jack, what would you feel like? Because he had kind of an issue. His back wasn't all the way there the last time, and it's looking good now. His arms are a little bit smaller, aren't they? Because I know he actually dropped a little bit of size on his arms for the Arnold.
He's one of these people you really can't see it until the final product.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys where, when it's that morning before the show and he's dry and he's full and he's, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got a great physique and stuff, but it's not like Dorian, 3-4 weeks out, you're like, holy shit, you know what I mean? I mean, he looks impressive, but he really impressive when he's on stage. That finished product. So some bodybuilders are like that.
Yeah.
Some bodybuilders, man, they just look like they're just gonna crush it about 3-4 4 weeks out, or even 2 weeks out, and then some guys, good example, Sean Roden.
Yeah.
Sean was like, okay. And then when he's finally on stage, that final product, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I see Jack is like, to me, he's like that.
Yeah.
I see a great physique and everything, but it's nothing's like really wowing me or anything like that. But when he's on stage, dude, and you compare him to, other body, then that's when you really see.
I think that's what you got to have somebody else next to him. I think that also has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Comparison.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just funny that way. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, because you can't tell he's as big as he is off of just him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you wouldn't know he's 300 pounds. You just, he looks like every other bodybuilder with muscles.
Right.
But yeah, you stick him next to another bodybuilder, well, stuff changes then.
Yeah, and even first, like, dang, he is really big.
Like the Arnold, where they had Brian Shaw. Remember, Brian Shaw was hanging out at awards, and he had him. He had him give Sean Clarita his award.
Right? That? Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, he's like 400 pounds. It's Sean Clarita.
Yeah, it's like Paul Dillette was like 6'4", 6'5", but Paul Dillette, he looked ginormous at any time. You know what I mean? The guy was just huge. And he, Jack kind of falls in that umbrella. He's got that height and he's got that weight, but he's not looking as imposing as Paul Dillette had. And, if you pull up some like old Paul Dillette stuff, the guy was just freaking ginormous. This first thing you notice is just how huge he is.
I gotta check him out. I don't know him.
Yeah, Paul Dillette. Oh, oof.
Yeah.
He falls in that same tall guy, very aesthetic, very super, super small waistline. Had to have like 24-inch arms.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Huge calves. Just the whole 9 yards. He was really, really, really impressive.
Marcus Rule he was over 6 foot too. He was pretty tall too, wasn't he?
Marcus Rule was another one. I mean, yeah, these guys,
and he had 25-inch arms.
Mass, yeah, they were mass monsters. Even though it's like I see Jack, and like I said, if he is a 300-pounder, I don't see him as a mass monster though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a big frame. You're right.
But I just don't see him as a mass monster. I don't. Even though he's as big as he is, there's no denying he's huge. But it may be to the point to where his aesthetics is that pronounced that that's what you really see. Is more the aesthetics that Wheeler, Sean Roden type of frame that he has. Of course, that's his trademark. That's where he's going to make his money.
Yeah.
But we'll just see. I'll just see what it's like in Texas.
How do you think he would do in classic? Because to me, he's got more of a classic physique anyway.
I don't know if he's going to make the weight though. There's a weight cap on that thing.
I thought there wasn't now.
No, I think they've raised it. They've raised the bar, but
okay.
No, you can't lift a weight cap. Shoot, they'd be bodybuilders in a matter of a few years.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. What is the weight cap for a classic?
I couldn't tell you right off the bat.
Huh. Because I thought that maybe it goes up to just under 300 or something like that, like 298 or something.
I think let me see I can tell you right off the bat. No.
He's got a classic physique. He's got that thin waist and he's just got really good.
Yeah, his structure is very classic,
But he wouldn't be making as much money either in classic physique though. So unless but if he was Mr. Olympia, he would be. So I don't know. I guess
well, $400,000,
Yeah.
But I tell you, I think how many competitors did they have in the bodybuilding?
Oh, in
was it like 8?
Oh, in the last show?
Yeah.
There's 8. Fred Small got 8.
Classic physique, it was like 20.
Yeah, it was deep. It was
very deep.
Let me go back to that actually, because you're right. Yeah, they were talking about that too, about the fact that nobody's showing up to bodybuilding shows, but you go to classic physique, and people are into classic physique now. There's just a lot of competitors.
And I think to a certain extent, it's a generational thing too. You know,
Yeah,
the pendulum may swing back in about a few decades, but right now, it seems more and more that classic physique it's going to be more and more their time.
Probably not going to tell me everybody that's on there. Just going to say up to 8th place. That's a classic. I know there was a huge list. I did see the list.
Yeah, it was pretty.
There was at least 20 people or more on the list. So, I wonder what 212, how 212 turnout was. Here's
oh. Is that it?
Yeah, that's a classic there. There was more than 10 people there.
Well, I was talking about the 212s.
Oh, 212s. That should be next one. No, men's physique. Maybe it's over classic. There we go, 212. Yeah, the Fabrico. I don't know that guy, but I recently checked him out and stuff before the show, and that guy looks pretty good too. So he was definitely the winner of that show. It's not going to show pictures here, I guess, but
yeah, I think they showed a pic of the winner though. He was doing that front double.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's not bad right there.
No. Yeah, he was looking pretty good. Now he's going to the Olympia. Does it show the classic physique winner? It's advertisement. There we go. It's classic.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So I heard, I don't know if it's a rumor or what, but PJ Braun might be getting out of prison. He is. He was the CEO of Blackstone Labs.
Right.
It was kind of a screwy deal, but they were selling back when peptides were illegal. They were selling peptides, and the supplement companies, they make something illegal so quick, and they might not tell you. And at any rate, he had a chemical that was in one of his supplements, and he got busted for it. And he was Aaron Singerman was his name. He's the one that owns Redcon Labs now. Well, Aaron Singelman and him were doing it together, and Singelman got released from prison for some reason, and he got
How much time did they do?
4.5 years. He got Aaron Singelman. I don't think he only spent a couple months in jail, and I don't know what he did, but he got himself out. So
okay.
PJ Braun had 4.5 years, so he gets out in 2025. He must have a hearing or a hearing coming up or something. But I heard that he might get out too. So which he should. I think it was a stupid thing that he went to prison for anyway. But it is what it is.
It is.
When you're in that game, you gotta follow the rules, man. Even if you don't know them, it's because ignorance of the laws. No, that's not an excuse, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's never worked for me anyway. So if you don't know, you better know, because anyway, you end up in a place like that. So that'd be good to see him get out though, because pretty sure he's got a wife, and I know he's got a wife. I don't know if he's got any kids, but I like Blackstone Labs. I like their products a lot. It's a good product, and I think it's a pretty old supplement company too, right? They made Blackstone. It's been around for a while.
I don't know when Blackstone's been around. I would say probably since maybe the teens or something.
Yeah.
I can't recall hearing about Blackstone Labs in the 2000s or the 1990s or stuff like that. So yeah.
Now Cicerella, he is one running it for him right now. He's out. I believe. I think he's got something. He's running it or something right now, Blackstone Labs. But I mean, it's a good lab, and they're doing it very well. So, I guess you're just saving money while he's in jail.
No, that's true. That's true.
He gets to come out with a big stack of cash, I guess. Really, it's maybe not such a bad thing, but
yeah.
Anyway, it'd be cool to see him get out. We'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah.
Texas Pro's coming up. I don't think we have anything major going on this next weekend. But what do we? So we have Texas Pro. What pro shows do we have after that for the year?
Well, the Legion is the last qualifier.
Legion is last qualifier. Okay.
Yeah, Legion is the last qualifier, and that's going to be in October.
October. Okay.
Right. That's in October.
Interesting to see who does that then, because we got Sergio. Sergio hasn't.
Well, yeah, he hasn't, and you know what? That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking he's targeting that Legion.
So?
And I'm just assuming this is just an assumption on my part and stuff. So the Legion had a pretty decent turnout last year.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it turns out.
Who was at the Legion for the Open anyway?
Sean
Corrido,
yeah.
Okay.
He won it.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Did you get to meet him when you were there?
No, I did not.
No.
I did not. I think, let me see. Yeah, I think they were the day after us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were fourth.
How was your prep going?
It's going pretty good, man. I'm 4 weeks out and maintaining at an hour's worth of cardio. I'm about probably about another 5 pounds, 6 pounds away from where I want to be. So
nice.
And then we'll go from there.
Well, you're looking good, and you sound good and everything. You're not walking.
Yeah, the fat, the carbs are down, but the fat is still up though. So that's my sanity saver right there.
Yeah.
But eventually that's going to have to go, and then that's when it goes to crazy town.
You just make it toward the last 2 or 3 weeks. You feel like crap. That's manageable.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can my depletion levels probably hovering, at the high end, probably about a 7.
Oh,
at the low end, probably about like a 5. But but then when you get to that 3 week, it's going to creep up to like an 8.
Hell yeah, it is.
Or 9. It's I'm in a fairly decent place right now.
You were at 2 hours of cardio, weren't you, at this time in the last show?
I think I just got up to like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't get up to 2 hours.
I didn't get up to 2 hours and stuff, but right now it's just really that this just going into this fill out phase again. I'm gonna have to make some changes.
Yeah.
Because of the pasta sauce, and like I said, I can't have. I'm not going through that again with the tomatoes. I think it was the acid from the tomatoes that just really caused some really bad heartburn. And the thing about it, this, I've used pasta on day 2 for my last 4 shows, and it just decided to happen. I used the same sauce the whole 9 yards. I don't know whether they changed something. Maybe they changed something in the product. You know what I mean? Maybe they, I don't know, but I can't chance that again. So I'm gonna
use the same exact sauce you used last time and everything. Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to probably deplete really good this week, and then try something else to kind of carb up with. I'm probably do about 80 grams of carbs or something like that with pasta, and use some other type of, sauce with it, and see how my how my esophagus reacts to it.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah. That's how I feel. That's what I feel. Hunter had this lineup for himself is for that reason, because he just wanted to get everything perfect by the Olympia.
Yeah, lean out and dry out's going pretty. Lean out and dry out's going pretty good. It's just this fill out now. I just got to change something up, and I hate when things go south like that, because then you got to change stuff up, and it's like, I gotta, I like to go with what I know and stuff. What works for me. Now I got to find something else. But
no prep's the same though, right?
Yeah, nope, not exactly. Not exactly the same.
You think you used it last time, why it didn't work? Well, it's just like, I know my first show, what I used kava to dry out with. My second show I used kava, and it didn't work out so well. Remember? And so just stupid stuff like that.
It dried you out. It just didn't dry out enough.
Didn't dry me out enough.
Yeah.
I was sweating on stage. I remember that.
Yeah. And I knew you were sweating back there. I said, whoa, where's this water coming from here?
Yeah. So,
but don't get me wrong. It gets you dry. It does
get
you dry, but it's not stage dry.
Not stage dry. No. not something to rely on. But I mean, those things you figure out as you do them. I mean, each prep's going to be different, but you're still going to learn something about yourself each prep too.
Mm-hmm.
But you're never going to be on top of it because there's always something you can do better and something you can change. There always is, but just hopefully you get those perfect.
I'm going to give I think one of the two major changes for me is one. I got to change up this pasta a little bit. And as a matter of fact, I may even go with the noodles that you were talking about.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
with the teriyaki sauce. You know, and another thing I've got to do, I've got to give myself more time between prejudging and my last big meal. You know, so I'm thinking after first night fill out, then the day fill out, then the night fill out. And I'm thinking the day before the show, I'm just going to eat very little. I don't think I'm going to eat that much because I'm really having issues, especially on that side tricep. When I get around to that side tricep, it feels like I'm on the back end of the 400-meter run. You know what I mean? You're kind of winded, you know, and I'm just having some issues controlling, you know, my abs, you know, and I've never had that problem. You know, back in the 70s when I competed, my first body part trophy was best abdominals, you know, because and you always got best body parts back in the 70s and a little part of the 80s, you know, and most of my my awards were for best abdominals when it came to muscle groups. You know, I got best body parts for every muscle group combined, you know, with all of the shows and stuff, you know, but mostly for abdominals. Nice. And it's just weird that I'm going through some of the stuff that I'm going through now with the things that I had the least amount of problems with when I was younger. But it is what it is.
The body, I mean, you're 62, so it's like
63.
63. I mean, your body.
Yeah, and they're really boy, Smalls is really causing some waves. He's
how big is he? How big is he?
Well, he's an open competitor.
Yeah.
So he's got Smalls is he's a pretty good sized bodybuilder.
270.
I don't know if he's up. I think he's. Let me see. I think he's. I'm. Would he be the size of Hunter? No, I don't think so. I think he's somewhere between Hunter and Dexter. When Dexter was at his, you know, Dexter would compete at about 230. Hunter says he's competing about 260. So I mean, he's somewhere in between there.
Huh. He looks like a big dude. I mean,
yeah, he's a big guy. He's an open competitor. He's an open competitor with, you know. He's not 212, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, real quick, I mean, what do you think about the Masters Olympia? Do you think we got Kamal, we got him, we got Kalahar.
It's stacked, but it's not necessarily. Oh, man, I don't want to sound like it's stacked. You know, I think so, but you know, you got to break this thing down. It's like I said, Gary and Chris, they've already got the Masters Pro thing kind of figured out and stuff. Yeah. I still think you need like a 40, 50, 60.
Yes, you do. I think you do too. Yeah.
So my deal is, you know, an elite 50-year-old can wipe the floor with an average 40-year-old lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you get an elite 50-year-old against an elite 40-year-old, it ain't happening. Yeah. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you know, I mean, I consider myself an elite 60-year-old, you know, and you get me in a 50 lineup, you know, where, you know, I mean, it's a decent lineup. It's I mean, I have no problems with it. I'll hold my own and stuff, but you put me in a lineup with elite 50-year-olds, no, it's just like an elite 70-year-old, you know. You give him an average 60-year-old lineup and stuff, you know, and he may even win, you know. I mean, you know, but against other elite 60-year-olds, he'll be okay. Yeah, you know, at best. And so that's what I'm saying. So you're getting 40s, 50s, and 60s, and trust me, there is a difference.
Yeah, there is.
being a Masters competitor all through my 50s and now in my 60s, there's a difference, because I know when I compete in my 40s, I still competed Open. I never competed Masters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I as a matter of fact, I retired at 43. My initial first retirement was at 43, and I won the overall at the Washington State. It was the Open.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I didn't compete again until I was 50.
Huh. Well,
Yeah. But I continued to train,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
See you soon. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing and just being part of this too. So we really appreciate that, and we like doing the videos for you guys, and we like just talking about the stuff. So really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing it. So
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
All right.